Hello, Internet, Taliesin here, and welcome to the return of the weekly reset, Taliesin and Evitel's Wondrous Wisdom Show from our new house and our new set, which is definitely finished. Yes, this is finished. This is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to be. I'm only joking. It's not finished, so I'm sorry you have to look at it. In a week where there is so much to catch up on in the world of WoW since we've been away moving house and building this very expensive and definitely finished set, stuff that we are not going to be talking about on this episode, such as Season 4 dropping like an atomic bomb on the auction house and completely obliterating it, and everyone being very upset that the slime cat wasn't available in LFR before the patch and then not really caring too much about it after the patch, and Grimrail Depot. Now, like I say, we've been away, but I am pretty sure everyone loves Grimrail Depot in Mythic Plus, just like I knew they would. But we're not going to talk about any of that, just like we are not going to talk about the Dragonflight Alpha's gradual reveal of new zones and dungeons and talent trees over the last couple of weeks. Although, if I was going to talk about them, I'd probably mention how the Dragon Isles are one of the most legitimately beautiful environments in the history of the game so far, how Dragonriding is still awesome and genuinely one of the best additions to the game ever, how PvP dragon racing is unbelievably and unexpectedly outrageous fun, and how there needs to be much more of it, how the Bronze Dragonflight quests in Valdrakken are literal genius, which I'm not going to spoil, even though I really want to, the Anaran Plains dungeon, which is the entirety of the Anaran Plains zone, which means you are dragon riding around from boss to boss, which is brilliant. But we're not going to talk about any of that. We're not even going to talk about the absolutely huge data mined story spoilers involving Iskaara and another major lore character. And you know how much we love talking about data mined story spoilers, but no, we are not even going to talk about the now confirmed by Steve Danusa himself 3-year time skip between our characters returning from the Shadowlands, so like right now, and the start of Dragonflight, hopefully not 3 years away. A time skip that apparently hasn't been included for any meaningful narrative reason, but rather because the devs thought everyone on Azeroth basically deserved a bit of a break, which is, it's definitely a reason, although really it's the second break most of our characters have had recently after 9.1, which is when most of us stopped playing for a bit. It also makes those 3 skipped years officially the most peaceful time in World of Warcraft history, which I guess kind of makes Taliesin the most successful ruler in World of Warcraft history. We are not even going to talk about Dragonflight's supposed leaked release date of late November, with a late October pre-patch and all the carnage that will cause to the timing of the opening raid, as, you know, there might not be any Blizz staff on hand to quickly fix the inevitable bugs in said raid when it goes live, because they're too busy being total normies and enjoying the holidays with their loved ones. This leaked release date could be true, it probably is. I think I'll wait for the confirmation, which will definitely be coming soon before I lose too much sleep over that one. We are not talking any of that though, because I want to treat this episode as a kind of a dry run, ease back into things, test the new definitely finished set type episode. So today we are discussing just one topic, the most recent and, in my opinion, important update on the Dragonflight Alpha. Our first look this week at Dragonflight Endgame. Because until now, if you asked me if Dragonflight was going to be a good game, then in all honesty, I wouldn't really be able to tell you. I'd be able to say the zones are incredible, and that dragon riding is awesome, and that the leveling quests are good, and that the side quests are plentiful and delightful, and that the talent trees were a mixed bag, but with enough really awesome ones to suggest that the new system can work, and that the dungeons seem good quality, and that there are Tuskarrs like seriously everywhere, and that generally there seems like there is a whole ton of love and joy in the expansion in a way that maybe players have felt was missing in the last 1 or 2. It having really strong Mists of Pandaria vibes, which I think most of us would count as a good thing. I'll be able to say that so far there are no big glaring red flags causing controversy like Covenants or Azerite armor, and the fact that the legit biggest shit show of the entire alpha cycle so far has been basically a racial getting nerfed should again be another good sign. I could give my own personal subjective opinion that the whole alpha so far just has a really good vibe. You know, there's something about Dragonflight as an expansion that just makes me really happy in a very simple kind of way, and that out of the 3 I've been involved in, this is easily the best alpha in terms of rollout and feedback and just general quality. I'd be able to tell you quite confidently that so far everything is in place for Dragonflight to be a really good expansion. Although I'd have to shout because obviously you're all the way down there on the ground and I'm up in the air on my Hopium blimp. Man, Hopium blimps can go so high. That must be because they're so incredibly safe and nothing ever goes wrong with a Hopium blimp. Yeah, I could say that Dragonflight is going to be a really good expansion, but the thing is, no one is going to really know that yet, because without the end game, we just don't know. Without seeing that day-to-day gameplay loop and the rewards that we'll be working towards from that loop, it's impossible to say whether Dragonflight will be a good expansion or not, which is why this week and this first look at endgame world content and reward progression is so very important. Are you nervous? I'm kind of nervous. So, what have we got? What is our day going to look like when we reach Dragonflight Endgame? Well, first of all, obviously, is collecting Dragonriding upgrade charms to level up your flying. We're assuming that all of these will be in place and available from day 1, meaning that for most players, heading out and collecting them for maximum Dragon Isles traversal will be a #1 priority before anything else, and that would be great, but let's be honest, would it really be a surprise to anyone if Blizzard time-gated the rollout of these things, so that, like, in the first phase, only the Waking Shore ones are available, then at some point later, Onaran Plains ones appear too, etc. No, it wouldn't surprise anyone, and yes, it would suck. So until we know otherwise, I am riding high in my Hopium blimp and assuming this is something that we can complete as soon as we get to max level. But don't worry about me though, because even though I'm not wearing a seatbelt, everyone knows Hopium blimps are famously safe. You can rely on a Hopium blimp to hardly ever erupt into flames of disappointment, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. But after we've upgraded our flying, as far as the continuous day-to-day is concerned, well, we've got world quests, we've got rares and elites, we have hunts, we have events like the Tuskarr soup making cookout where players can add fish to a communal soup pot to give themselves a soup buff, and we have Primalist invasions. Now these pop up in each of the 4 main zones and are a way for open world players to gear. Each event can be farmed as much as you like at the moment for Elemental Overflow, a currency that can be used to purchase item level 382 gear, which is starter stuff, like a couple of item levels below LFR. However, each invasion will also give you, at the moment from literally the first mob you kill in the invasion, but presumably that'll be different on live, an elemental sigil depending on the elemental invasion that it is, which you hand into a vendor for a storm sigil. Each elemental sigil can only be looted once per week, so that is a maximum of 4 storm sigils per reset, which can be used to purchase item level 395 gear, which is a couple of item levels below normal raid gear. So that's 4 storm sigils a week, and you'll never guess how much the cheapest item costs to buy. 5 storm sigils is 5 storm sigils is what it costs. So acquisition is very slow, like a piece every couple of weeks, and it takes like 70 something sigils to get the whole set, so it really is very focused on world content players who don't play raids or dungeons, or catch up or bad luck protection for everyone else, or alts. Zereth Mortis proved to me that I am more than willing to mindlessly bop out a currency to gear my alts from a vendor, especially if the higher end of that gear, which I'm guessing Storm Sigil gear is, can be turned into tier sets somehow. We're gonna have to wait and see on that one, but there's also a 289 item level set, so between LFR and normal level, for doing world PvP, which might genuinely be of use to lots of people early on, especially as there are PvP based set bonuses on that gear. And, you know, it's another color of choice for transmog. Never underestimate the power of a transmog. Anyway, I am all for non-raiders and non-dungeoners having gearing options from the open world. And yeah, the sigil thing is a slow process, but there are other options for them too, which we'll come to in just a moment. Because the main reward progression, the thing that most of us will be doing every day, is the Faction Renown trees, a combination of traditional reputation and covenant renown, as in every 1000 rep that you gain with a faction increases your renown with them by 1 rank. And this rep is gained by doing world quests, handing in a faction unique currency resource from outdoor activities, completing the Cobalt Catastrophe weekly, which is an elite area that drops Torghast style power up orbs, and I guess eventually you'll be able to earn rep by killing elites, although that one doesn't seem to be in place yet. So it's hard exactly to know what kind of cap is on daily or weekly rep right now. But really, there doesn't seem to be much reason to have any kind of cap, because the rewards for these renown trees, this is important too, are completely devoid of any meaningful player power at all, consisting of cosmetic rewards like cloaks, backpacks, full transmogs, pets, dragon customizations, new nodes to farm for that faction's rep currency, 2 new story quest lines per faction, a new scenario here and there, some suspiciously looking mission table type stuff, world quest unlocks including Dragonriding world quests on the Valdrakken path, and general perks that will make doing stuff in the zone easier, like portals in the Waking Shores, a hunting buddy in Anaran Plains who you level up and give new abilities through renown progress, that kind of thing. There is some gear. Each renown path has levels which unlock the ability to buy a 398 item level item in a specific slot, which is normal raid level, so not nothing, especially for non-raiders and non-dungeoners, but not exactly earth-shattering. And that's basically it. That's your open world day-to-day reward progression. The reason you do world quests and weeklies and elites and turn-ins, because there's no artifact power or azurite or soul ash equivalent, just these 4 factions and their 30 levels of rewards each. Rewards which, quite frankly, you have no reason to work towards if you just want to raid or do Mythic Plus or PvP. The only reason to go out and do world content every day at the moment is because, I don't know, you want to, and because you like the idea of unlocking Tuskarr hats, or gardening tool transmogs, or gnoll backpacks, or titan weaponry, or a little beard for your dragon, or unlocking the honorary Tuskarr titles. So, I mean, that's all of us then, surely, because that's got to come with at least a 10% damage buff, right? And if what Ian Hazakostis said in our Twitter roundtable with him a few months ago is true, then, like, at least 90% of those rewards are going to be account-wide too, meaning that the only real reason to actually bot renown on alts would be for those 398 gear pieces and the occasional supply pouch. These pop up once every 6 renown levels, and we assume is likely going to be just filled with herbs and ore and fish and gold and stuff, but like good quality consumables, right? Like pentagold ones, maybe. Yeah, I know how the new professions work. I'm like a profession expert. Pentagold good, poo square bad, it's easy. Everything else, like the transmogs and the pets and node unlocks and dragon customizations, fit Ian's stated criteria in that interview for things that they would make account-wide. And if that's the case, then maxing out these renown trees is something that a majority of players will do only once. So to recap, the day-to-day max level progression routine looks like this. Day 1, collect all the Dragonriding upgrades to pimp out your ride into a badass 6-figure lightning recharge traversal machine. Complete the 4 different primal invasions every week for your storm sigils to buy not quite normal raid level gear, or farm them for even lower level gear than that. Complete world quests, weeklies, side quests, and probably kill rare elites, and maybe open treasures, and somehow farm faction-specific currencies for reputation with the 4 factions, and progress each faction's renown tree for perks, transmogs, story quests, and other non-player power-related stuff. Oh, and also, if you are a crafter, level your crafting in your chosen specialization, completing work orders and other crafts in the hope of one day becoming the go-to person on your specific server for a certain type of hat or whatever. And remember, pentagold good, poo square bad. And as far as progress goes, that's it. And if, like many players, you just play this game to raid or push Mythic Plus, and you look at those renown trees and you think, well, honestly, I don't really care about, or importantly, need any of that stuff. I don't really have anything to progress day to day. And that might be a really good thing or not, depending on your point of view. I'll be honest here, I don't know if this is enough to keep most players excited about logging into the game day to day. And totally separating that progress from major power rewards is kind of a risk from Blizzard's point of view. And I really hope it's a risk that pays off, mostly because this is kind of exactly what we asked for, isn't it? A more relaxed, alt and casual friendly progression path that doesn't need to be completed or else your character is seriously disadvantaged in group instance content, but something that exists for its own sake, for players to progress at their own pace for largely cosmetic rewards, is exactly what the player base has been crying out for ever since, well, let's not dick around, ever since everyone got bored of 9.1 and started playing Final Fantasy XIV and realized that actually that kind of thing can be really fun and satisfying. And I agree, I want this style of endgame to work and be fun, not just because, you know, I love WoW and I want it to work and be fun, but also because I want to be right. It's very important for me to be right about this, okay? And I'm optimistic it will. I think a more relaxed and optional endgame is certainly helped in this case by the Dragon Isles being an especially beautiful environment that's just nice to exist in, and the fact that Dragonriding makes getting around from point to point or quest to quest especially entertaining. Again, everything is in place for Dragonflight Endgame world content to be just what many of us say we want. It's up to Blizzard to find a way to mess it up now, to stub out their cigar on the canvas of our hopium blimps and bring us all crashing down to earth again. It's happened before. One of the easiest ways they can do that, of course, is simply to make the opening patch of this expansion too long. And it's sad that cadence is such an important issue here, but it is. If 10.1 is only, say, 4 or so months behind the launch of the expansion, then yeah, you'd expect this endgame will keep people entertained, and players will love the open and optional nature of it, and Dragonflight is a hit. If they pull a Shadowlands and leave us for 8 months without an update, it's going to be a whole different story. And content that would have been good and fun and well remembered in a better patch cycle becomes bad content. That, like, seriously, what were the devs even thinking designing this bad content because it outstays its welcome? I know I always bang on about this, but it is such an important factor in how fun this game is. And here's hoping that this very promising looking endgame is given the best possible chance to shine by not being spread too thin over too long a period of time. Oh, and by the way, did I mention PvP Dragon Racing is disgustingly fun and addictive? PvP Dragon Racing is outrageously fun. Worst come to worst, just go do that every day. You'll be fine. Well, Evie, what do you think of the house? What do you think of it? Do you like it? This is how it's going to be. It's completely finished. Do you like it?
Tell me about it.
What do you think of our new sofa?
There's a lot of work.
This is the new sofa section,
I love this
right?
new sofa. It has so much back support.
Yeah, welcome to the sofa section at the end of the video. Oh man, the sofa isn't quite as relaxing as the old sofa.
No, but you do get some really nice natural light, which shows off my natural eye bags.
Well, you make the most of it because, like, once this set is like properly set up and everything, ain't no natural light. Full control.
Yeah.
Full control all the time. I'm thinking lighting bars.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like permanently installed set over there. You know, stream set up here. You're gonna have a little desk around here to stream with as well.
It doesn't look like much from this angle, but it is a cool room, and there's a lot going on in here that I'm excited for.
It only took us like 3 weeks from moving to get set up to a position where we could make videos again.
Moving with children is hard.
I remember it was only 3 weeks ago. So as an episode of the Weekly Reset goes, it was missing a few things, not just the sofa, but an Evitel section and the hilarious intro skit at the beginning, because we just don't have the facilities to do that this week. Hopefully we'll have the facilities to do it like for the next episode.
My hilarity is running low.
Yeah, and it's a funny day for the Weekly Reset to come out on as well, because I knew that kind of like filming in the new space and getting used to the new space and like setting up the set for the first time with lights set, you know, like against the plaster wall before we get it sorted.
Hey, the plaster wall looks good.
Mate, we're going to expose that brick. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be really, really good. But for the moment, it's as plaster. And you know, like I knew like the editing and the color grading and just working with that new environment, it was going to take days, and that's exactly what it did. So we wanted something that wasn't like kind of breaking up to the second news, because we knew it would be like old news by the time we got it out. So we went for like the opinion piece, just talking about the end game and stuff like that, which I think is quite an interesting conversation to have. And that really hopefully is getting us back in the swing of things now.
Yeah,
that's the idea.
Back
so
in
we
the
can
saddle.
we can start bringing out weekly episodes again and other videos besides. We've got the class guides to come and things like that.
Can't wait.
So yeah, we're back.
Hello.
It's a beautiful space. It's a really nice office. It's nice to be here in a different town.
Yeah,
and a
different country.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and a different kind of life.
Very different
as well. So and it's amazing. So hopefully you can join us from now up until Dragonflight and beyond as we get this sort of thing sorted. You maybe will have seen us on the WoW variety show
Last night or this morning or several hours ago.
Just so you know, it's like 10 to 2 in the afternoon as we're recording this right now. We finished doing the WoW variety show at literally 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Went to sleep for 2 hours.
Not even.
Got up, took our oldest to play school, and we're recording this bit now while the
little one
youngest
sleeps.
That's our life right now. But the WoW variety show was amazing.
It was a lot of fun.
We had like a live stream set up with the both of us at the desk here for that. And yeah, there are a lot of bugs and kinks to iron out. Not on our side. Our production was amazing. But as an event, it was amazing. It was great, wasn't it?
It was really cool. It was really fun to be a part of, to kind of hang out with our fellow WoW celebrities.
To hang out with some WoW celebrities.
To hang out with the talent.
Otherwise, the biggest WoW celebrity you ever get to hang out with is me.
It's true.
Which sucks for
It's
you.
true.
I get to hang out with you, which is pretty cool.
I mean, that's fine. But I don't get to do that, do I?
You get to hang out with yourself all the time. I've seen you. So yeah, forgive us if, again, also, we're a little bit tired.
I'm so tired.
Like going a little bit manic here right now. But yeah, this is our kind of welcome back video, just easing into it, trying a few things.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have a green screen set up for the next episode.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll join us for that. Oh, if you want to watch the WoW variety show, you can get the VOD over on
Twitch.
Warcraft.
Twitch.tv/Warcraft.
Yeah, it's Twitch channel. It'll be like one of their latest VODs there.
Check it out.
And also, you can, if you do want up to the second news, you can check out our Twitch streams at twitch.tv/Taliesin and Evitel. And also, you can check out our second channel, which is highlights from that stream and sort of interesting conversations we have. And obviously, as you'd imagine, loads of Dragonflight stuff happening with that as well. And that's like kind of very up-to-the-minute reactions to kind of news as it breaks.
The snappy
and then we collect
stuff
stuff together for the weekly reset and report on it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, loads of ways to follow Dragonflight with us and Wowhead as well. As always, our links to Wowhead articles that we found especially interesting, or that we talk about in this episode, in the description below.
Down there.
Cool. Oh, and also, if you're a patron, of course, don't forget there are behind the scenes videos. Got more of those coming up as we kind of like fix the space and get everything sorted as well.
You'll
so
see our progress.
lots of T&E happening.
Yeah.
You wait around for 3 weeks, nothing going on, and then suddenly, boom.
I appreciate those of you who checked in with us on Twitter being like, are you okay? We didn't have internet for ages. And when I say we didn't have internet, we simply did not have internet. We had 1 bar of 4G, and because everyone was like, oh, just use a little, like, the new 4G. Use the 5G routers everyone has now. There is no 5G here. There's just 4G, and there's a single bar of it. So that was for 2 weeks.
And that was rough. But having said that, now we have got internet. It's literally twice as good as the internet we had in
lightning
London.
fast.
Yeah, we could not get access to internet this fast in London.
No, well, not where we were before.
Well, exactly. And now we can, which is awesome.
It's like 900 megabytes.
Man, my upload is so fast, which is why another experiment for this episode of the Weekly Reset.
Oh, we've seen how long it takes.
Well, no, this episode is in higher resolution than we usually put our videos out. I hope you enjoyed this kind of ad hoc episode. I'm certain you'll enjoy the episodes to come. This is a brilliant new space. We're going to do some incredible things with it. It's going to be
really
super
good.
fun.
It's gonna be really
Dragonflight
good.
is looking genuinely amazing. Like I'm so hopeful for this expansion right now. There's so much in place, and it's so close to being like just perfecto, and what everyone says they want, and like a really chill kind of just awesome experience. And I am so here for it.
Yep.
So good.
Cannot wait.
Season 4's okay. Apparently, haven't played it, haven't had internet, but looks good. Can't wait to get in and do some Grimrail. Can't wait to do that. Can't wait to do Sepulchre again.
Yay!
And Sanctum again.
Yay.
And Nathria again, which would be fun.
You know what? Yeah, I miss Daddy D.
Last time you said that, we ended up with a new baby. If you like this episode, don't thank us. Thank our patrons who give their actual real-life money to us to make all of our work happen. And guys, thank you, genuinely, legitimately.
Making this possible.
Without you, none of this would have been possible.
Yep.
And I mean all of our work, but also the house that we bought to do our work in.
Yep.
Congratulations, you own this house with us. We'll see you for tea later on.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Aw.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have some friends here, actually.
Love that, yeah.
If you didn't like it, downvote the shit out of it. And remember, my name... Oh, we didn't think of a name. Oh, no. We didn't think of a name. Oh, well. Well, you'll just have to blame us then. Sorry. Damn. Oh, no. The consequences of our own actions.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's just nothing we didn't have sorted for this episode. I promise. Next time, be amazing. From me, Taliesin.
And me, Evitel.
And Iron and Benny too. Until next time, cheerio.
Bye.